Greetings, Benjamin J. from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, a follow-up on lighting the Marx Caboose. And I've really simplified this. Still the same brass contactor, as you see. And I've really simplified this. I've got the bulb wire tied directly to the stud. And so that's supplying power to the bulb. And then I just have it grounded to the chassis with one piece of wire. And this will do for now. But I've ordered some E10 sockets. The base on these bulbs is called E10. So you can find the sockets on eBay, 5 for $1. From China, of course. So I ordered 5 of them. They'll be here in about 2 weeks. And that's going to make it absolutely simple. And so you'll just ground one side of the socket to the chassis itself. The other side will go directly to this powered hot stud. And then you just screw the bulb in. But for now, this is going to work fairly well. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video on this. Let me put the locomotive in neutral, turn the power on. And as you see, this works just absolutely perfectly. It's really, really simple. It's really easy to make it. Best of all, it's a way to supply power to virtually any Marx car. 2-wheel, 4-wheel, it doesn't make any difference. Just a brass strip with a bend in it, so that brass strip is riding directly on the center rail. And as you see, it is insulated from the chassis with a couple of washers and an insert. And I've just got this jury-rigged for now. Like I said, I've ordered those sockets. So when the sockets arrive, it's going to be a really, really easy way to install this bulb. So the socket will just attach one leg to the stud, the other leg is grounded to the chassis. From then on, you just screw the bulb in. It's really, really simple. So just want to do a follow-up video on this. This works really, really well. And put the locomotive in forward. I'll take this around. And as you see, this runs just absolutely flicker-free. As you see. All the way around with no flicker at all, which is exactly what you want. So, like I said, when those sockets get here, this is going to be a really, really simple way to power any car. And you could add power to every car on the consist if that's what you wanted to do. It would be great for Christmas. Use red and green bulbs, I suppose. Anyway, I just want to do a quick follow-up on this. It is really, really simple to do it. It only takes a few minutes to make this, and all done with hand tools. It's not difficult at all. And I just use a brass strip. And of course, you can use a hacksaw blade. I've got several made with a hacksaw blade, in fact. And I just built a new one tonight. In fact, it's on the consist right now. Let me bring this up. And this is a standard hacksaw blade, as you see. Now, I'm experimenting with the length of this to see if it makes any difference. And it doesn't seem to make any difference at all. And you can see that it's rubbing on the center rail. And it's only rubbing about, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch. There's no marking here at all. So I could just cut it off. And that's really all you need to use. And one thing I did do was at the end of the contactor, I just bent this up, as you see. And that way you can run it backwards without fear of it snagging on one of the joints where the track plugs together. Really, really simple. And you'll notice that I put some windows in the Caboose. Now, I talked with Gary over at Trains in the Basement. And what he uses is, let me grab this. It's a piece of polyethylene, as you see. And they're called chopping mats. And you get them at dollar store, 2 for $1. And you just cut these things out. Just cut a strip and glue it to the inside of the Caboose. And it makes a really decent window. It really diffuses the light. You can't see through it. And it really increases the effectiveness of that light bulb, as you see. So it works. It's actually really, really effective. And the nice thing about this polyethylene, of course, is that you cut say a 3-inch square of it out. It's great for mixing epoxy because epoxy will not stick to it. And being polyethylene, there isn't very much of anything that will stick to it. You can spray polyethylene with spray paint and scrape it off with your fingernails. So anyway, I just want to do a quick video on this. It works. And like I said, just a sheet of polyethylene, as you see. And just cut it with a pair of scissors. And like I said, you can get these at Dollar Tree. They're called chopping mats. And I went over looking for these a couple days ago, thinking that they were cutting boards, and I couldn't find them. And then he said, no, they're chopping mats. So I had walked right past them. Anyway, it works. It's really effective. It's really easy. It's really cheap. And I just cut them to fit. You just cut a strip that fits on the inside of the car itself. I just used a glue stick to put glue between the windows on the sheet itself and on the inside of the car. Sticks right on there. Works really, really well. So thanks to Gary for that. And you might want to look at his channel, Trains in the Basement, it's called. He's got some decent stuff. Anyway, I just want to do a quick video on this. It works. It works really well. So when those sockets arrive, this will be a really, really efficient and effective way to add a light to any Marx car. Whether it's a plastic car, whether it's a metal car, won't make any difference at all. This is really simple. And the best part, of course, is the fact that it works. And when that socket arrives, I'll just mount the socket on the car. And then from there on, you just screw the bulb in. Like I said, $5 for $1. Pretty difficult to beat that. And they're coming directly from China. So it'll be at least 10 days. They're saying between the 11th and the 23rd. So it takes weeks to get stuff from China. But so far, so good. Everything I've ordered has arrived. And it's really inexpensive. I mean, it was really inexpensive. It cost $1 for 5 sockets and $2 to ship it. So anyway, just want to do a follow-up on this. It's really, really simple. It only takes a few minutes to do this. You can use an old hacksaw blade, heat it red hot. That destroys its temper. And you just have a piece of mild steel. And it already has a hole in each end. And so then you just do a couple of bends and install it on a 6-inch metal tin litho car. And you've added power to it. It'll work on any car, whether it's plastic, metal, tin litho, Marx, Lionel, American Flyer. Doesn't make a bit of difference. It works really well, as you can see. And it is flicker free. The best thing is, it's easy to do it, and it didn't cost anything. Just made out of stuff I already had. And so I've been experimenting this for the last few days and simplifying it. And like I said, when those sockets arrive, this is going to be a really, really simple and straightforward way to attach the bulb. You just attach the socket remains on the car, then you just screw the bulb in or out. Really, really simple to do this. Anyway, I just want to do a quick follow-up video on this. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.